Good day, everybody. Darren Yankee here with Kauai Farms. The cattle just got access to this new sliver of grass. I'm anticipating the sliver's probably only 15 feet wide at the most, a couple 100 feet long. Didn't take them long at all to find that new grass. So what we're looking at in front of us is 98 cattle with collars on them. Some cows, some yearlings, some 2-year-old steers. All of our cattle are in this one group besides our 5 herd breeding bulls. They're just across a fence to the left side. They got virtual fence collars on them as well. See, our calves are kind of out grazing ahead of everybody. We do have 2 collars on, or 2 cows without collars on. Testing out the system and seeing if you could run most of the herd with collars and just have a couple that don't have collars. So far, I can say you can. They've been hanging out together pretty well. The only thing is, the ones that don't have collars on, the one is up on the left hand side towards that upper fence, and she is pretty dirty because I'm assuming her manure is very runny because she's going ahead and eating all the best stuff in front of everybody else. It doesn't even have to be that far ahead, just far enough ahead that she's getting some really good quality feed and her manure is really loose. But they are eating pretty well everything out in these paddocks. You can see this tall, what we call a weed, is getting ate down. All the leaves are getting off of it. They're eating the tops off. So I guess they're eating on it, so it really ain't a weed, right? It's something the cattle are desiring. We do have some thistles in this particular paddock. Actually, we have a lot of thistles this year. But even with the purple tops on them, we come over here, look at that cow, just took a bite off the top of that thistle. The cow there with the white patch on her face, we just took a bite off that thistle. Look at that. There goes another bite. You make them eat it, they'll eat it. If you leave them selective graze, they won't eat it. Yeah, right here's that thistle that cow was just eating on. You can see all these other sticks out here that were tall plants. Most we would consider a weed, I guess, in most scenarios. But you tell the cattle just ain't overly hungry as well. They're kind of hanging back, kind of grouped up in the back as well. Being the 6th move of the day, a lot of them have full rumens. They just really don't need to be eaten. Well, this is a pretty decent paddock we had out here. We had a lot of clovers, alfalfas, a lot of legumes, a lot of different species of grasses. And the front end of it had got hit hard. We've been hauling some dirt on a dirt pile over on this end, and we had some bales stacked up here last winter, so it did get some extra traction from some equipment on it, and that's why it's starting to look like there's a lot more weeds considered out here in this portion of the pasture. We did receive 1 inch and 3/10 of rain overnight in the last 24 hours, I guess. You can see they've really been eating it down. Look at this big burdock plant. They got all the leaves ate. There's a stem sticking there yet. But if you're really looking down at the ground, you think it's ate down pretty short in this particular area. I mean, there's still stuff here on the ground yet. If they're hungry, they're going to eat that. Well, if we come ahead here a couple more feet, you can see there ain't as much on the ground. just some stems and some drier material, less desirable stuff. We just notice how quiet everybody is. We did hear a couple cows bellow, probably looking for their calves since everybody's moving around so much. But for the most part, as quiet as can be. Everybody just is going in to eat now. Besides the beeping. Is that H3 right there, I do believe? Yep. Got a quarter Michonne in that cow. But yeah, just a nice day to be hanging out on the pastures with the cattle. Looking the calves over. Seeing what calves are going to be good bull prospects in a year from now. As we are knife cutting all the bull calves that we're not keeping for breeding and fall. Otherwise, we used to band a lot of cattle. And this year we're knife cutting everybody. Here's a heifer. She'll be getting bred up for the first time this season. She's in really nice condition, 406. She's the yearling. Looking pretty nice out here on these pastures. But yeah, just wanted to bring you guys out, kind of show you what we're doing today and how the cattle are eating down, what the pastures are looking like, what the weeds are looking like. Well, thanks for following along, everybody. You all have a great rest of your weekend.